Hello and welcome everyone to another MineColonies Colonial Age episode. Our colony progressed quite nicely, and as you can see, we got a second farm set up here. We got a cowboy head set up here. We got our citizen hut upgraded, our fisherman as well, and yeah, our colony is going on quite nicely. I think for now should try to get our cows to the cowboy hut. Let me check what our builder is needing. Spruce fence gate. Got some spruce logs. Let's make him. We still don't have any crafter set up to take care of all these things to craft for us, but I think this is going to be something we are going to be able soon. We got, I think, at the moment around 2 unemployed citizens. So one is going to be in a cowboy hat to get us some leather and some meat, and the other one we are going to see what he's going to do yet. We give him. Let's take away the stuff he doesn't need. Oh, someone got him a diamond pickaxe. Not sure if that's a good idea. Oh. Okay. Oh, I actually need the wheat. Now to the cows. I got the leads here as well. It's useful. Now, in a bit of the distance around in the west, I was able to find some closer cows and take them home with the lead, which was quite a pain, to be honest. But I finally was able to do so. So there should be nothing besides my failed parkour abilities in the way to set up a farm. Okay. Got me 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's check out how well I'm going to be this time with the leads. Come here. No, not the alpaca. I want the cows. Third cow. Okay, that's better than nothing. Now let's take the cows over. Yeah. More. We got a few great news again. Our new GUI framework is really near completion now, so it's only missing a few more things until we are able to include it in our current system, and this is going to bring us so much more ability. So one of the first things we're going to do is fix up the warehouse racks when you upgrade the storage, so they have a scroll bar and don't look so messed up. Make a complete inventory in the warehouse chest, so you can see all inventories from there. At the moment already it is possible to do it via a mod. So the warehouse block, it actually has a connection to all inventories in the building. So if you extract from it with a mod, it should extract all items from all racks as well. So that's useful already. We got our storage network set up like that, and it's working like a charm as well. Okay, and I got all of them. Now, secure them here. And let me check on the progress. I gotta wait a bit more for the builder to finish here. Let's check. I think he's probably needing some fence to finish setting this up. Oh. And as you can see, the colony is coming along quite nicely. We also set up our town hall to level 3 now, which is a huge advantage. Now, there are a few buildings which have only a few advantage for upgrading, and as many people know, the town hall is one of them, but town hall has one very big advantage, and it's starting at level 3, you can start teleporting to allies. Now, let me check here. As you can see in the main page, where was it here? You can see all the allies I have. And an ally is exactly when you have an officer in your colony and you're an officer in his colony, then you're going to be able to teleport to the colonies and it shows the distance block. So that's not definitely something we would like to walk. And you do that by here, you add all of them as officers, and as you probably know already, all Patreons are allowed to play me with you of the server, so I'm adding them as officer so they can come along, join me in, and help out in this colony as well, because alone this is a lot of work. John and Awesomeness are helping me along quite nicely, which is making this way quicker and way less a pain. What do you need again? Yes, fence. He needs another fence gate, I guess. Seems to be some kind of weird issue as well with some servers where the requests don't render nicely. We're investigating what's causing this, but till our events we still have no idea what the matter is with that. Spruce. Oh, we got some plants. Okay. What else do we need here? Road fence and more stairs, especially. Got some stairs here. Whoop. And done. And what else? Some fences. And yeah, as you can see, I don't have the scroll yet to take care of the requests, just because it was very difficult to find some cows to get leather, and now that we have a cowboy, we should get set up with resource scrolls and these kinds of things relatively quickly. Just forgot while talking what we were needing. Here. Fence. That should be enough. Fence. And now plane and these timber frames. As you all know, the timber frames have a relatively easy recipe. Oh, the other way around. Was it that plane or was it the other plane? Eek. That was the wrong plane. Get me that one. Now that's actually the less nice part, is cycling through them. We figured it's probably easier to cycle through them like that than having to memorize all the crafting recipes, which would be way worse. Now we got enough. And as you can see, we updated this view as well with a nice progress counter, which is going to tell you how much in terms of percent of the blocks have been put down yet. It doesn't tell about removing blocks, it's only about placing blocks. Oh. As we're saying, this GUI library is almost ready. Orion is doing a great job at it. I think he has at the moment some free time to finish it quite soon. And yeah, it's going to allow us things like finishing our research tree. Something I think I talked about in the last episode, that we're going to add in a research tree. And one of the things stopping me from doing it right now is rendering it nicely in a GUI. And since this is going to be a lot of work, I don't want to redo it after the GUI update. That's why I decided to wait. Harrison. Yeah. Now, as you can see, one of the best workarounds with our workers is just threatening their existence by firing them from their jobs, and they're going to see that they're replaceable, and then they're going to start working again. It's mainly a problem with the builder and miner, which gets stuck quite often, and we actually have no idea why. We got some darn raiders coming in. We don't have barracks at level 3 yet to check out where they're coming from, which doesn't make it a lot easier. We get some bread beforehand. Some armor. Let's check if I can see. Raiders. don't seem to be in this direction. Must be one of the others then. There are now quite a few ways to come up to this colony. We probably should be putting up some doors, since the vermins don't walk through the doors. Only 5 of them left, and I didn't see any of them yet. Raiders. Oh. No, that's something else. Those are some zombies. Check. Raiders. There seem to be a bunch of red dots around here. Oh, that's one.
I'll be back.
Oh no. They got one of my guards. I hope it was the not so good guard, because it's pain to retrain them. Oh, here they come. They got a bunch of hit points, and we recently fixed the issue that they were not scaling their health with the strength of your colony. So that makes this, with increasing level, much more difficult, although it's not so difficult at early levels. But I believe that at higher colony levels this is going to become very complicated. I think that one's a good fit. He's very smart, so you should try to stay out of trouble, like jumping down here. So there's one left only. Check. I'm seeing a red point wandering a lot there. So strongly believe that that must be the barbarian. Where is he? I think our guard found him, yeah. Yeah, Melanie. Melanie's faster than I am. Just finish him off. Yeah, she's a level 8 archer already. She took care of them. One of the reasons we added in the archery, which is this building here recently, which allows you to train up your guards before employing them. So quite early on in their levels they're pretty squishy, which makes it a pain since they die really quickly. But if you level them up in archery to say level 3, 4, 5 or even level 8 and give them some decent armor, they get quite powerful quite fastly. Oh. Which makes it way easier to defend your colonies against the barbarians. And in the future other raiders as well. Okay. How's my builder doing? We got some pathfinding challenges in this as well, since the builder is going to path down nicely, but when he paths back up he usually runs into some problems. And I see it just finished the cage there, so I can move the cows over. I'm going to be amazingly disappointed if he kills the cows. Do you hear that? I'm going to be disappointed. Oi. Didn't want to untie them completely. Come with me. I really like when there's the slab over here, you can just jump in. 1, 2. Okay. 2 is better than nothing, I would say. Got the leads back. 8. And we're fine. What happened with you? Let's take him in as well. Okay. And we're done. Besides that, we just launched our new schematic update as an alpha, which uses a new compression method. So all of our schematics are now going to be .blueprint, which is a format the developer of medieval, what is the name again? Medieval roleplay mod. He made some schematic mod for his mod as well, and he noticed that we were in the need for smaller schematics since they were taking up around 10 megabytes of our char. And we're now down to only 4 megabytes, 5 megabytes of our char, which is going to allow us to add a lot more of the schematics in it. And for that we actually got Luna working on rescanning and fixing them and building the missing buildings on our schematic server, which is super useful as well. So you're gonna be prepared for a huge bunch of new schematics in the following updates. As far as I know, she finished all the sandstone style already with a bunch of new schematics of the buildings we're missing, like the archery and the combat academy and all the crafters. And she replaced all the buildings with the cactus planks. So cactus plants is a block we added to structurize, which are these here. And the newest update there were going to be fence blocks and fence gates as well. And there's going to be a recipe for them as well, which is going to be the cactus, which is going to work like a log, and the rest of the recipes is going to be basically the standard. Besides the slab, we're just going to have the build tool like that in the middle on the slab around to avoid clashing with the vanilla recipe, which is making desert colonies way more realistic since there is actually no tree growing there. You're going to have not have to worry about getting oak logs or anything grown there, just get a cactus farm. And we are going to try to make sure to get a worker in the relatively near future as well to make up a cactus farm, or to be able to farm cactus in some manner. I think I'm going to let it like that to finish up this cowboy later, and I'm going to see you in the next episode. See you.